Welcome to day 1 of our coverage of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Well, let's get started. Would you like to connect online? Yes, we will. I gathered from one of the early trailers that the purpose of that is some kind of data sharing about who is using what copy abilities, very similar to Fire Emblem Three Houses in that respect, although I didn't use that feature in that game. But here it might be fun to see some of that data exchanged. We are, of course, going to be going with Wild Mode, and we'll get right into the opening cutscene. So the pop star, or rather the warp star, looks surprisingly bubbly in this game. As do Kirby's eyes in his surprised face. Some of this we know from the demo already, in which this cutscene was already presented. But anyway, off we go into the fissure. So I'm going into Kirby and the Forgotten Land more or less unspoiled. We did previously play the pre-release demo, which does cover this cutscene, as well as introduce you to some of the early powers that we saw swirling by just now, like the traffic cone, the car, etc. Everything in the new mouthful mode. But anyway, Kirby is going to pull off his best impression of Leonardo DiCaprio washing up on a beach in Inception. And here we go. Let's see what lies in store. We are going to switch the controls over to Type B. We'll harmonize it with most Nintendo experiences in terms of having the main interactions on Y and jump on B, rather than the classic Kirby AB setup, which I found out in the demo I don't really prefer. And we'll hop about in, which is more or less the tutorial segment. Run around a bit in 3D and get used to the moveset. I do currently have the auto copy turned on, so we won't be required to crouch into any copy abilities, and we'll see over time if I would rather switch that back to the classic control scheme instead. And yeah, all of the shoulder buttons operate pretty much the same way. Oh, yeah, you can do the backflip too. This I actually didn't think about, but you can basically hold down one of the triggers. I use ZL just by habit. And if you pull back, you get to do this little move here. So, and the side dodges as well. So it's kind of like using ZL as you might with a Z trigger in the Zelda games, where we can kind of lock onto position and dodge accordingly. Yeah, in all directions as well. And this is all with stick movement. It is a 3D game, so it's not something using the D-pad. And here we go. Looks like there's a reset camera as well if you click on the R stick. But the auto camera seems to do its work just fine for the most part. And yeah, the similarities to Super Mario 3D World are, as we've discussed in the past, pretty striking right off the bat. Which is a case of things going full circle, given that Super Mario Odyssey was kind of an honorary Kirby game in 3D before one properly existed. As always, we're going to play a bit with the copy ability moveset. There's quite a lot that's not directly shown or documented by the looks of it. A spin attack from the hold. The multi-tap, kind of doing this swirl from a stationary position. Get an aerial attack over here. Yeah, we'll be playing with a lot of these as we go. Yeah, the float doesn't get too floaty. It gives you a certain maximum height above the surface that you're flying above. So you can see here, you can float infinitely, but it does reach a maximum height, and then as you have a new landing platform underneath your feet, you get a certain maximum elevation above that instead. So that's going to be the rule set that we're working with. And if we want to drop that out, we hold A, and then we can grab some bombs. Yep. Pushing the stick into the bomb throw is just going to be the Wii bowling roll. More like the Skyward Sword bomb roll, I guess. Stationary position is just going to be a throw. Holding it is going to be, like the Pikmin throw, is going to be targeted. There is sort of a maximum range to it, as we can see here. This is going to be the maximum. And I don't know if we can cancel out of that, nor would we really need to, I think. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, this is above my maximum height, so we can't traverse that. Notice, too, that some of the moveset changes with not only the Y button, but also the B button, where instead of the dodge that I had previously with the trigger held down, and now... Oh no, we have the dodge. But B button... Oh, that's just a slide kick, of course. Yeah, so crouch into B is just a slide kick. That's actually expected. I thought I'd played a lot with the moveset in a demo, but actually a lot of this is still new to me now that we're thinking of trying it out. I like how crisp it is. Kirby games often have the downside of feeling quite different from most other platformers in terms of their inherent floatiness. Anyway, let's head back down. And yeah, all of this is in the demo segment. You just enter here and then grab the car. Well, here we go, a brand new car. And that's going to be a mouthful. Okay, this is bad news. Audio died at the exact same spot. I wonder what it is that's tripping it. It's like some kind of signal from the game that's tripping it. We will just need to reset into it every time, I think. And hopefully it's not going to come from anything too critical. Because that was the exact same spot at the end of the cutscene where we had the issue earlier. So something is going on with the audio signal from this game that is killing everything. This is already our second attempt to make this happen. But yeah, hopefully it'll stick. It seems to be something that's just tripping the audio completely. And I can't tell what it is. It's going to be quite difficult to troubleshoot. It would explain why I haven't encountered this with any other game. But yeah, earlier on we lasted until the end of the vocal song, the theme that plays just after this segment, so hopefully we'll get that far. And yeah, quite serious 3D world vibes. in segments like this one where you have these rolling curves like you do in 3D Worlds of World 1, albeit with a much more naturalistic environment. Anyway, let's give this a push. And let's see how we hold up as we get into life on the open highway. And we're just gonna bop along to the radio. Pretty sure the song is in Japanese, but that if you look at the English subtitles and the additional subtitles below that, that appears to be just a different typeface that is applied to the same English text. Yeah, just a straight cipher or font swap. Kirby is so considerate about letting the ducklings cross all in a row. But yeah, we're just going to drive it through the title sequence and notice all these captive waddle dees along the way, not exactly doing much in the way of waddling. Okay, let's park and let's go. Yeah, we have preserved the power from the previous section. Notice that this is still part of the same level. And that's the bomb power is going to be continuously retained. Notice the physics, too, of the bomb rolling back down after I tossed up that slope. Anyway, everything is going to be cornered by this gang of puppies and birds. We'll have to do something about them, and whoever turns out to be in control. Well, I guess we'll just attack. And we'll have this arena enclose us here. This is going to suddenly turn into Bayonetta 3 by the looks of it. And that's the first rescue in the bag. Dum ba dum ba dum. Bum ba dum ba dum bum. Waddle Dees were all captured, okay. And we fought those beasts as hard as we could, but they come back for more, so let's see how it goes. Anyway, that looks familiar. We know exactly how to ride a Warp Star. Elfilin, nice to meet you. Okay, so we can go to the world map, but let's see if there's anything else to do here first. Probably not. No money to take anywhere. Co-op with 2 players if we want Bandana D, who didn't make it into Smash. And yeah, we saw in the opening cutscene, we got pulled through that vortex over Planet Popstar as well. We won't really have much of an opportunity to try the co-op mode on stream, but let's see. Call you anytime through the pause menu. Okay. No need for the time being. We will just go to world map. Now, I don't know if, as Bandana D, I would assume that you don't really have access to things like copy abilities. It wouldn't make much sense if you did, so I guess it's more of a supplementary co-op role. Here we are in the natural plains, looking very natural indeed. And we can fly around. There's a Waddle Dee town in downtown Grassland. The Waddle Dee town, I think, was where we were just now. I don't know if there's any reason to go back, but we will, of course, be diligent about checking. Love the way the area icon artwork is kind of assembled and animated as you transition into it. Okay, downtown Grassland, and we can't really access anything else yet, I think. This is just going to be one stage at a time leading up to this rather threatening looking gate that is enclosed around this center here. That might be the shopping complex we remember from the demo, unless we see that much earlier, of course. But yeah, anyway, let's go downtown. Not much that we can do to exceed the bounds of this part of the world map, or any bonuses to pick up, at least not yet, but oh wait, what's this? We flew over something that we can search, and we picked up a red coin. Okay, so just, there maybe is a minor incentive to be flying everywhere. Clear the stage, save the hidden Waddle Dees, and accomplish 3 other objectives. Yeah, okay. We'll see how completionist we are about this game on stream. If it turns out to be a ton of content, we won't quite do everything on video, but let's see what we can manage. Okay, going to just roll the ball into everything we can. And that's going to be one objective, is to hit 5 tulips. Of course we're going to play with the cutter. I love the bomb ability in this so far, but not going to say no to the cutter. Yeah, like I said earlier, we will, for now, keep the auto copy until we want to get into some alternative strategy. Instead, I kind of like not having the friction of the extra button, as much as it becomes kind of Kirby muscle memory after having played enough of these games. The last one I played would have been Star Allies back in 2018, which had a ton of diversity to its abilities and movesets, and arguably not enough content to really take advantage of that. Or, yeah, I mean, to give it a sort of AI co-op assistance system in that game. You know, you would have a lot of moves available, but not much of a reason to use them distinctively in an advanced fashion until you got into some of the post-game content. Make 5 tulips bloom. Well, that's 2. We'll take it. Oh, here's the vending machine. It's glowing, and the tip is suggesting that I make a mouthful of it, which of course we will do. Because why not become a vending machine? We're limited 99 shots. I don't know how much ammunition conservation will eventually matter once you get into more advanced content in this game, but so we'll see. I also don't know if you keep a standard copy ability once you dive out of this. I would assume not. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, so that's the thing that makes the mouthful mode distinct from the regular copies, then, is that you do keep your standard copy ability below that. Also notice that we can replenish the cans by picking them up as discarded projectiles. break the building's shutter. Yeah, we can do that, and we have done so. And then this shows you that your ability to jump is also limited, and so that's the trade-off that also allows you to have a bit of a gate control over what you can do with these abilities. Yeah, I guess you replenish the cans even if you do pick them up outside of the multiple form, as far as I understand it. That is a collectible. And yeah, Warp Star above that guy. We'll have to do something about him. So yeah, Cutter, let's play with it for a bit. It's just a standard throw. A held throw. Oh, interesting. So you can reposition yourself and then boomerang it back to you. So you can kind of do a triangular motion to do that. That reminds me of some game. It wouldn't be Kirby because we're dealing with 3D here. I feel like I've seen this in maybe Diablo or something. You know, with the chakram usage in Diablo 3, perhaps. That's the first thing it reminds me of. Yeah. One puffball's trash is another's treasure, apparently. Blue Blur, I just started. We had a bit of a false start earlier where my audio was glitching out like crazy. But we are up and running. Let's see how we can nuke this guy. We can totally do it. Okay, do the spits. And then, oh, he's going to jump down. I do want to take advantage of this ability here. Yeah, we grabbed a green coin by the looks of it. So yeah, is there an aerial move we should be aware of with the cutter? Yeah, if you toss it in the air, it also just suspends like that. And of course, as usual, you can't really do it out of the float. Notice, though, that you can float out of suspending the cutter and have it return to you in midair. This is interesting. And yeah, Blue Blur, thanks for stopping by. Hope you've been enjoying the other stream as well. It's almost certainly much further along, given that we're still in the introductory level. But yeah, I basically had to restart the first couple of minutes of this game because we had too many technical issues. But that has mostly abated by the looks of it. This is still all demo material. I do remember it from a few weeks ago. And yeah, look at that. You can just suspend the cutter over your target and it'll just grind away at it. Works very beautifully. And yeah, in general, I like the physics here much better than I ordinarily do with Kirby games. The float seems much more in line with the repositioning tools that you get in the 3D Mario games, like the things like the bee suit or Cappy, or you know, like a lot of the repositioning elements, or the Tanuki leaf in 3D World, for instance. We have a raid from Loop and Snoop. I don't know if my alerts are working at all, but we will just say hello, Loop and Snoop. Welcome. Hope you've been doing well. We really enjoyed your tower escape puzzle when we played it earlier in the week. It gave me a chance to tell everybody how much work still needed to be done with actually using global loading on track blocks. And yeah, much appreciated that you would drop by with a raid at ass o'clock. Anyway, here is the traffic cone. Let's stop some traffic. Spike downward. Yeah, because that's totally what you do when you're guiding traffic in the middle of the street. Does it break metal? I feel like these metal boxes were placed here specifically to illustrate that you can break metal. Notice that I still have my cutter helmet on with this as well, so you kind of get a visual indication of your copy ability in addition to the mouthful, unless this is just a hard hat or something. No, but I think it is the cutter. Okay, so yeah, hope Rune Factory 5 has been treating you well. I didn't know that was ported, actually. I thought that was unless I'm thinking of a different entry in a series, I thought it was a 3DS thing. But I do not keep up with my JRPGs as well as you do, so maybe that is just a new Switch game, for all I know. Anyway, yeah, we'll just bump him. And did I miss anything else here? I don't know. We have a limited camera rotation here. That's in keeping with how games like 3D World and even to some extent Galaxy operates like that. A very limited camera rotation, so most of the time you can stay off the stick. You don't need to be constantly scanning around. And the stage still has this forward motion to it. Anyway, very stealthy of us there. In the pipe, 5x5. Whoops. Nope, we can't float out of that just yet, so let's get on this. And yeah, so there are going to be hidden objectives that we discovered in each level. That's going to make the completionist experience pretty interesting, I would gather. Collectible trophy items once again. And okay, let's keep going. And here's our first caged Waddle Dee. So, do we want cutter or do we want bomb? I really enjoyed the bomb, but let's stay on cutter for this one, because I just love this chakram ability. Look at that. You can just slap that thing from the air, suspend, and just pull like that. And just grind away at him. And yeah, it totally gets zoned out too. And you can maintain this for quite a while. I did not let go of the button that time, so there is a time limit on it. But yeah. It only really does chip damage initially when you hold it in position, so you can't really just have a huge advantage from taking care of that indefinitely. Notice the multicolored bar for the health that actually, it's not new to Kirby games completely. I think it was similar in Star Allies, but it always reminds me of the old Clover Studio games or the modern ones by Platinum, things like Beautiful Joe and Bayonetta. Always my most vivid experience with these kinds of life bars with colors stacked upon colors. Anyway, so much for Wild Edge. Let's take over whatever it is he does. Oh, he's just going to be standard cutter. Or standard sword, rather. Not too interesting, but we haven't been on sword in a while, so we'll stick with it for now. Yeah, pretty interesting adaptations we've seen so far of abilities like Bomb and Cutter into 3D. Because if you think about it, some of these things, not so much with a sword, but with the other abilities, are very 3D specific, but feel totally in the spirit of how they worked originally in the various 2D movesets. Whoops. Anyway, that guy's going to experience some knockback at the end of that combo sequence, so let's avoid this guy until we can whip him like that. We don't really need to replenish health here, but let's see what we can do. Oh, there's another mouthful. Okay, so we can stand on that. We know to stand on shiny things. That's a good idea in this game. crack this open. And here we go. Pop. Save the hidden Waddle Dees. We'll do that. That is 2 out of 3 down. Yeah, it looks like that objective is missable, though, by the looks of it. It's not really part of any required path like the previous one was. This looks like another traffic cone segment. Looks like we'd have to do that to punch out that guy. Also, another shiny thing to stand on. We'll stand on it. Keep that in mind. We're still in the first level, so the currency is not really relevant just yet, but... Oh, we got hit. You know what? I'll take Cutter. We like the Cutter. It feels a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more 3D worthy. Anyway, that guy's going to reload probably because you do need to have access to the sword here at minimum. And then we'll spike this guy. There we go. And that is number 3. Let's see how this does for objective tracking yet. 2 more tulips to go, one of which is here. But the objective tracking, as expected, is just from the pause screen. That's totally in keeping with expectations. We're not going to be able to take the traffic cone up further, so let's just whip these guys. Yeah, so holding this in position doesn't really do much damage. But we can just whack these guys from above and stop their traffic violations. Okay, what do we got here? Can't really rotate the camera too much here, so we'll just run around, see what we can do. Yeah, very detailed environments, but notice that the game doesn't actually let you walk off edges or anything. You don't need to worry about dying off the edge, although interestingly, you could have let that guy just run all the way off. So the enemies do not obey invisible walls on the ledges, but Kirby does, since Kirby is very safety conscious that way, so. We're gonna bust this, and up we go. We'd better get down. Now, what happens if I jump into it? No, I take damage, never mind. So, I can't just use the tip of the cone to hit from below, I do need to hit from above in order to do anything useful with it. Oh, that guy's gonna be stuck. Great, works for me. And we'll replenish some health here and then go for this. Oh, he's gonna bite it and that's gonna open it up for me. We'll collect this little thing here and get down. And that's a pop. Okay, gonna bust everybody out. I believe that is every objective. There is not some kind of jumping game at the very end. Which is alright because I never did very well in those anyway. Wild mode gives you a little bit of a coin bonus at the very end. And let's see, what do we collect? We collected Kirby. Onward to adventure, yep. That's how it usually goes. Tortorner. Oh, like a corner, I see. Warp Star, yeah, very important. But anyway, that's it so far. So yeah, we saw the shopping mall boss in a demo, but that's the only thing, and I think that's probably not present until the end of this zone, so we're going to get a star on the downtown grassland. Figure collection is now available. We might take a quick look at that. 3 out of 79, lots to go. And yeah, it's pretty much what we've seen already. Oh, that's adorable that you can have Kirby kind of gaze longingly at this collectible avatar of himself. You see, Kirby just enjoys all the pleasures of being an out-of-box collector. Not going to be too precious about his own amiibo. Speaking of which, I actually do have a Kirby amiibo, but I don't have it with me. It is in another location. So we can't tap it and see what it does, but I don't tend to use amiibo bonuses like that anyway, usually. So we'll just continue and we'll go through the tunnel. So yeah, I see 4 hidden Waddle Dee cages this time. I mean, in the first level they were not really that hidden, but I'm sure the complexity will increase with time, so let's see what this is all about. Okay, through the tunnel. Yeah, we'll stand here because it's shiny. And that's a bit of replenishment. Not that we need it yet. It looks like we'll have the opportunity to grab Flame. That isn't the usual Flame enemy, though, is it? At least I didn't think it's looked that familiar. But yeah, okay, let's grab Fire. You know what? Let's drop. Notice that you can drop copy abilities while you are in the middle of a run. That's probably going to wind up being very important. Let's toast some mushrooms. Probably worth more health that way, I'm sure. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Midair is just flamethrower. Midair and direction gives you this. Dash actually freezes you in position, so it's not that different. This is just a hold with a flamethrower. I don't know if it's indefinite. We can just try to keep going. The price of this is that it slows you down. There is no friendly fire because the fire is all friendly. Now, is there any kind of other physical interaction that we can do with this? Yeah, notice that you can just kind of leave a pool of fire when you burn these little patches, these flammable locations. What haven't we tried? We tried a hold, we tried aerial, we tried directional aerial. Oh, you can kind of do it as a double as well, because let's say you start off way in the air, then yeah, you can kind of do a double tap. I think you can probably even change directions. So yeah, loving the movesets in this game so far. What haven't we tried? Yeah, the crouch doesn't do anything different. Yeah, this will be a fun one to speed through eventually. Not that I do any serious speedrunning whatsoever. Okay, so there is a hidden bomb, and then that's just a hidden stash, so it is worthwhile to check around some certain corners from time to time. And what is this? We're in the construction zone. Well, let's continue and head into the tunnel. What do we got? Checkpoints. Here we are. And yeah, we'll just blast him. Fire does not make him immune to fire, which I think unfortunately defeats the purpose of having that ability. Yeah, very minor little bonus there. And we'll have to be careful not to overshoot, but you can kind of pull back out of that dash as well, so. Anyway, this is going to be a mouthful. We'll check that in a moment. I want to see what else we're capable of here. Not much. So yeah, as you can tell from the hat, a mouthful always stacks on top of other copy abilities, as we noticed earlier. And that's going to be a switch. Switch, click. before we go, I do want to check this segment here in case... that looks like it's forward, actually, so let's check this in case it's the optional path. And indeed it is. We have a treasure here that we will be able to bust open once we burn all these puppies alive the way that only Kirby can. There we go. One down. Okay, now what? Well, we'll continue. Rather narrow bridge, we'll just have to be careful. I can kind of see my shadow for the aerial repositioning there. I actually can't burn very much of this, which is too bad, given how grassy it is. Alright, what have we got here? We can turn on the lamps. Now, that's important. Light 4 lantern switches. I feel like I've already missed some of those in a previous section. Well, I just have to redo this afterwards, if that's the case. Now, in the event of missing objectives, I don't know if we will just go back over things directly or continue to play additional levels. I usually like to kind of go depth first and complete everything I can before moving on to additional levels. Ah, there is an edge you can fall off here. That's new. So it was just in the main area earlier. Well, in the introductory area downtown where you couldn't just fall off into various locations. The star here seems to indicate to me that we probably should swallow something and spit it like a star, unless it is based on this lamp switch here instead. Oh no, we've got a button. That works for me. And what do we got here? Collectible. And hey, we'll actually have some platforming in this area. Bang, welcome. Hope you've been doing well. And okay, nothing here that we haven't already toasted. We'll sneak over here. It's interesting to see how they translated the enemies, yeah. That's very true. That's just thinking about this guy. You know what that reminds me of? We were talking about 3D World. It's kind of like how Spike going from 2D Mario to 3D Mario started rolling these logs instead of balls, for instance, to kind of control that extra perpendicular axis of space. And let's see here. Yeah, notice that you can, if you just do a bit of a short hop, basically do that on the ground as well, like the dash ability here. Looks like it is going to be very much a part of a speed toolkit. Anyway, that's the exit. Let's see if I missed anything else up there first. And we did. We missed that coin, so we'll definitely go for it. Notice how the camera doesn't scroll up with me. I kind of have to follow along here. But wait, there's more. Because of course there is. We're only partway through completing any of the checklist objectives, so. And yeah, bottomless pits do in fact exist in this game, despite what I said earlier. And, oh yeah, of course we're doing this. Oh, okay, no, of course not. Those don't copy, they never have. I don't think. Light the fuse and enter the cannon. Okay, we can in a moment. Let me see what this guy is. That's going to be the exit, so yeah, of course we'll do this first. Light the fuse. I mean, we don't need to light the fuse all the way from the back, do we? Yes, we do, because it's a fuse. Safety first. Oh, you know what? We can use this ability. That's what that's for. And there we go. There's another Waddle Dee, who is once again able to waddle. Gonna blast our way out of there. And let's proceed. Yeah, sure, let's burn him. Now, you just know that Wispy Woods and other classic enemies like that are going to be translated into 3D in some fashion in this game. It's just a matter of seeing how. We will, of course, grab that in just a moment. I guess we'll reposition with it. That is quite a mouthful. Stairs mouth. Oh, you can fall over. But of course, that's what stairs are for. Who even wants to take the elevator anymore when you can just do this instead? Notice that you can probably drop the stairs anywhere you want too, right? And use them as stairs, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that's how you do lateral motions. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's exactly what you do, in fact. You drop the stairs here and probably go up from here. And so you can use that to reposition, but that doesn't actually get you anything. But this has interesting implications when it comes to any kind of additional secrets hunting. Whoops. I'll just tap that guy gently, but works for me. We will bust this open, but we'll of course take the bomb as well. Always have to decide what is the main path and what is the side path. For the sake of just doing everything slowly. But that is going to be collectible. And let's grab that. Once again, the stairs are only going to line up one way. Must be part of the building code or something. But collisions are enough to work with here, and then yeah, we'll drop it over here and then fire the chicken cannon, but first of all, we'll... Oh, okay, no, it's on top of the fuse. This is just more fire, yeah. And of course, you can check the right side there as well before I go up. I think I actually do want to check the right side first. But I don't know if that will be correct. If it's not, then that's okay, we can just back up. But I'm always thinking about, like, what is more hidden between the two. I think this is the main exit, actually. It looks very much like something main. Whereas the cannon here with the fuse has the additional element of being a time challenge, and so that makes it something that is likelier to be optional. So, just a kind of calculation you find yourself making when... Oh! Ah, yes, no, I stuffed the fuse, okay. So, this is what this area teaches me, is that I actually can't just do that. I have to do something like this. Because otherwise, the fuse gets blocked. Very interesting, the way that it demonstrates that by predicting what a player is most likely to do. In terms of setting up that very natural spot, leading it with coins to entice the player to do it wrong. If my description of it here makes any sense. Yeah, because if you look at this, I think it is set up in such a way that they must have discovered in playtesting that this is enough to encourage most players to try to block the rope first, without really thinking about the rules set in terms of the implications for actually being able to light the fuse all the way. So, that's a really interesting touch from a level design perspective. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. That's okay, not much fall damage. Alright, let's continue. We have flame here, we have... well, another kind of bossy segment to come. That guy's nothing, I didn't think he was. I would rather use flame than sword, I think. Sword is a little bit conventional for our purposes. We have been on the fire ability all level, but still. Actually, no, this is just going to be available to me. It's not going to be a final challenge. So it's just kind of offering me to sort of... oh, we missed one objective. Remove the wanted poster. Interesting that if you miss the objectives, then it reveals them. I think I will go back into it, in fact. I feel like I noticed which lantern I missed early. And the poster surely can't be that difficult to locate, so... and we are missing 2 Model Ds. We're actually missing a lot of stuff, so... I think it will be worthwhile to try to go back. Interesting, that is new mysterious area, okay. So, cutter, treasure... ah, I see. So these are basically test segments for the different abilities. Bomb, treasure. And 1 star must be something like the difficulty rating. Let's go back to this one first, though. Let's just see if we can complete it quickly. And then we'll decide from there whether that's a pattern of play we want to do, but it is conventionally how I'll play these games, instead of doing a big long sweep afterwards. So we just need to watch out for the lantern that we missed. Which I'm sure I did see, I just didn't think about lighting it up as a lantern. Anyway, yeah, this lantern right here, that's all it is. Now, as far as objectives go, I don't know if we have to complete everything again in one run. I guess we'll find out. Yes, we do. And yeah, the transitions are very quick. They are another thing that was not shown off in a demo. Like, the demo kind of just cut out a lot of those interstitial segments. But in terms of just a kind of moment-to-moment play here, yeah, it has this sort of illusion of seamlessness as it loads in the next area. And, whoops. Okay, so we do need to do every lantern. And we do need to look for that wanted poster, which will be in some location I didn't think to check. Or did check and just didn't notice. Likely we'll need to burn that thing. Yeah, so this we had done previously. Let's just keep on going. And was there something here that I missed? It looks like there was something to the left, but I can't see it, so I guess not. And yeah, you can also go for coin records in this as a player, but I don't see a reason to care too much about it. You just saw the VOD. I could have skipped the refreshing section with the hammer. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, because I was looking at the hammer bit as well and thinking, okay, we could maybe do that. But for me, it was very much a question of what to try first. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that loop. I was pretty rusty on my puzzle solving. I hadn't really been playing puzzle levels in Maker 2 all year in 2022, and so things have been a little bit rough in places with interactions that I should know very cleanly. Oh, are those the posters? Let's see. Let's pay attention here. No, they're not really posters. But let's come back here and check the platforms again as they come up, because I feel like I missed something. Nope, that's not it either. But it looks like it was something down below here if we burned our way in. No, I guess not. Man, why skip a beautiful, refreshing section? Well, if you're easily distracted, like a cat chasing a laser pointer, you might move on immediately to the next thing instead. So, yeah, we checked the store. I'm just making sure we are fairly diligent about inspecting everything closer. So yeah, the lanterns are all accounted for. The main thing is just looking for that poster. But what does the wanted poster look like? It would have the illustration of the thing that is wanted, which is probably me. If not, also a Waddle Dee, like all the ones that are being hunted down and destroyed. Yeah, let's pay attention to when I do get the fire knocked out of me. Oh, we're just going to stare this guy in the face. Oh, what happens when we just... Well, I mean, he's not flammable, we know that. I just wanted to see the interaction there firsthand. So yeah, this whole platform goes down. We hadn't really done anything with that earlier, I think. That is all 4 lanterns, but yeah, let's open that up again in case we missed something. I don't really have a very solid memory of what we did or didn't miss. Yeah, we had seen this already previously. And then we had, of course, taken note of that guy, so we'll just need to hunt pretty carefully. This is already in this section here. Let's see. This looks very bottomless. Okay. And we'll just get back through this and see if we notice anything new. Yeah, we've been here. Coins replaced the Waddle Dees. I still see no poster. It's in some area that we didn't think to check, like some detour off camera. Or slightly off camera. It's a new game, we kind of have to learn its own secrets hiding logic. Whoops. That's not it. Every game is really going to have its own rule set for where it likes to hide things, so we... It is a wanted poster, that's not it. Nope. That's just a not so wanted poster. Now, it was the last objective on the list, so that makes me think that maybe it was something fairly late. And possibly we destroyed some areas with the stairs mouth, where we didn't quite pay attention to the aftermath. So that's not a poster. I will crush these guys. This is here specifically to illustrate how that works. Yeah, we checked this part already pretty thoroughly, I think. If we can't get the objective, I won't grind at it too much because it might be a sign of things to come in this game, so... Whoop. Oh yeah, so you can fall the wrong way and still step on him. That's good to know. I still see... Oh, that's surely the poster, this thing here. Or maybe not, I mean it's colorful, but... Oh yeah, it is Kirby. It's Kirby with an X on it, so that's definitely it. Okay. The bounty on my head has been lifted. We have accomplished all objectives. Let's just get out. Notice, by the way, that I can't jump as the stairs. Because that's what stairs do. They jump. Yes, let's take Cutter. I missed it. And I still can't get enough of the Cutter's suspension ability. We need a better term for it. There probably is one in the manual. or in the in-game moveset hints, was I'm sure exist as they have in so many Kirby games in the past. But yeah, much more convenient if you get your abilities knocked out of you to do the auto-acquire, I think. Because sometimes I don't notice immediately that I've been knocked back into Kirby form. No, we were actually fairly close to the coin record there, despite not trying. Tortilding. So, one comment about Tortilding here. I mean, it's clearly meant to be pronounced Tortilding because it rhymes with building, and it is a building. But it always makes me think of the Pokemon Blastoise. I guess I've never seen any Pokemon anime or film or anything, so I don't know how it's actually pronounced. But B-L-A-S-T-O-I-S-E, which to me was always clearly probably supposed to be Blastis, because it's a tortoise, right? And the O-I-S-E ending was just mimicking the end of the word tortoise. Similar to Tortilding here, mimicking building and rhyming with it, instead of being two-wielding or something. But anyway, that's an aside about Blastoise or Blastis. I've heard absolutely everybody else say Blastoise, so I assume that might be the official thing. Yeah, 2 Waddle Dees just for the bonus objectives that we completed. Let's do the treasure challenges, why not? Complete the map in order. Throw and catch. 1 star, yeah, we can do it. So yeah, I'm glad that they have segments like this for playing with the copy abilities in a more focused fashion. I mean, usually these games are quite good for their flexibility in terms of... Whoops. Whoa. In terms of being able to swap between copy abilities and such, but it's sort of nice to just learn one moveset at a time. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we gained some time there. Anyway, I had to work on my aim. Oh. Not the most accurate. But then we will grab that, and not as fast as it can be, but we'll go ahead and take it. Now, maybe we didn't add time, we just started with a 3-minute clock. And then... I thought it said it was a 1-minute clock, though, so... Maybe I'm just not paying attention to something going on, like a collectible or bonus that we ran into. Anyway, that's going to be it. Just a 3-minute clock here. Pretty good inflow of cash as well, so... Fairly simple, but I assume it is going to get much more elaborate. Okay, yeah, no, target time is 1 minute, and our time is 1:13. So let's see if we can beat the target time. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a hard time limit of 1, which is why I was surprised at the time limit of 3, but we'll try to tick that box. It's pretty clear to me where I was losing time, so we'll just need to be a lot quicker about the movement and accuracy. Okay. And yeah, I just need to point in the correct direction, that would be useful. Don't need to hit everything either. We can just move along, whoop. Try to get everything on the first cycle, and we should be able to do it just fine. Oh, that's going to be a mistake. That might cost me by itself, given what a time loss it is. Okay, 20 seconds left. That was not great. But yeah, we'll just try to do this by the 2-minute mark. Six seconds left to go. And I think we just barely made it over to benchmark. A bit sloppy, but we'll take it. Alright, let's get over here and try it with the bomb. Triple strike, bowling for switches. We will, of course, use the forward bowling ability. By all appearances. Okay. Nope. Doesn't bode well for how we do with bowling and Nintendo Switch Smarts. Wow, that was bad. Yeah, the challenge here is that because we're playing with the analog stick, we do need to point pretty cleanly in the intended direction. Yeah, and the bomb collisions are something we'll need to look for here because... Oh, there we go. That was clean. Went a lot tidier than expected. Okay. And how do we do? Target time is 30. Ooh, way off. But it's very clear what, once again, we were losing time to with some of the harsher collisions along the way. So yeah, we're having this much trouble with some of the benchmarks already, I think. Once we get to challenges that are actually difficult. The timed benchmarks could be a bit of a grind depending on just how inaccurate we end up being. But yeah, the ability to stay as close as we can to the initial warp pad is going to be important. We probably should have just stayed in the center and then just tossed in 3 directions, but... yeah, we'll just skip that guy completely. We don't need to deal with him. And yeah, a double tap here is actually fine. We're not going to lose too much time from tapping twice. Yeah, we're not going to make it. Already going to be at the 30-second mark right now. So, better time? Not quite right. Still too many mistakes. 2 seconds off. But yeah, we see where some of the problems are coming from, so. Let's try it again. Come on. There we go, that's still gonna be faster. Oh, whoops. 47 in that room. One in this room. I think that's still a slight improvement from how we were doing. Nope. Too much waiting. We kind of need to throw it in the center. Here, that's still too slow. We will once again miss the benchmark. Slightly worse time, in fact. Well, this is World 1. It would be quite embarrassing if we didn't manage to push at it, so. But But yeah, the analog stick accuracy is going to matter quite a bit, as well as our choice of angle here. Whoop. Let's start over. So the similarity to the mystery houses in 3D World is once again apparent. 255, okay, that's fine, we'll take it. Not great. 249, slight improvement, still not great. $244. And then, okay, 237, that's a big improvement. This should do it. Three seconds ahead this time. Yeah, not too bad. Despite many mistakes, we just needed to change some positioning, make some adjustments. Anyway, let's move on to the actual stages once again. What's over here? Search. What have we got? A hidden portal to a treasure road. Cone mouth treasure. 3-star. Yeah, we'll do it, but I just want to scan around a bit more. I guess we reveal more segments like that as we go. Let's do it. Burst and rise, a path full of pipes. 45-second benchmark, so. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, we need to be fairly accurate here. And understand when not to strike something. For something 3 stars, this is not altogether too bad, as long as we don't miss like that, because that's enough to set me back a lot. Yeah, whoops. I was about to say the required time is not too bad. Let's restart it. Let's restart it. Yeah, your depth perception has to be pretty decent here in terms of understanding where you're standing on the Z-axis, but other than that, that was the main difficulty that we had. That's very often going to be a difficulty in 3D platforming. You know what? The other thing is, too, that I'm in the habit of thinking that as Kirby, I will get a multiple float. That's not the case with Mouthful. Mouthful limits you to 1 jump. So the platforming is going to be a little more conventional. You get plenty of room to dodge as you move, though. Nope. Yeah, once again, just that lateral accuracy being a massive issue. I guess maybe I do have a tendency to move along a diagonal when I'm in 3D space. Might just be a fault of how I'm holding the controller or something similar. Okay, 24 seconds there. And we'll make it, but we'll be a little bit off the intended time just from many of the hits we took. Actually, not too far off. 45 seconds should be doable. We just need to not get hit so much. For 3 stars, that's not too bad. The only thing that's sort of trickier about it is that, well, you have some real failure conditions for once, and also that the standard time is only a minute. So, just have to be fairly crisp in terms of dodging things on your way down or stomping them so you don't lose too much time to knock back. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, I don't know if doing it this way with getting certain stomps is really what we want to go for, but it's okay. Nope, that's not okay. That's a huge time loss. Several seconds just for one hit, so... We were actually not doing too badly up to that point, although I don't know how much time we were losing to. Deciding to stomp rather than get hits. Yeah, because in some cases maybe it is faster to burst straight through as long as you don't get every knockback along the way. And yeah, we'll grab all of those. You get quite a lot of aerial movement out of this. Whoops. Okay. Could be better, but we'll slip off the platforms every time. And yes, this item really does make a good point. Okay, let's get over here. And up we go. And yeah, that's a bit of a hit in terms of time, but okay, that at least is going to get some knockback, and we will make it. Yeah, nice to have a clear and unambiguous advanced benchmark. It still has some room for error. Let's move on. And yeah, looks like this is searchable now. So there is a kind of progression order to these as well, I guess. Vending mouth treasure. $120, I guess we'll spit some cans. Pop shots. Yeah, we don't want to spend too much ammunition, perhaps. No, you need to lower that as a bridge, don't you? Oh, we have like 1,000 shots. We don't actually need to conserve anything. And then... yeah, we do need to take those guys out, though. And maybe not make reckless jumps like that. And yeah, the bombardment is going to open up the bridges. We'll almost certainly have to redo this one, but that's okay. Take a rather large amount of intended damage here. And yeah, we're nowhere near the benchmark, but hey, we'll grab this thing. Oh, I see. So, well, since we're not really going to make time anyway, let's see what... Oh, I see. You can hit that and then that lights up. Yeah. That's how it works. Anyway, we had just under 30 seconds left. Let's see how far we were. 10 seconds off. Yeah, we can easily shave that. That's not going to be too much of a problem. I see a sound has died on me again. Let's, we haven't had that in a while, thankfully. We blasted for over an hour without this glitch happening, but let's fix it up very quickly and hope it doesn't persist. Okay, let's get back into it. And try it again. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this game specifically that's been tripping up so many sound problems. I am running it less intensely than usual too, like because this game is 30 frames a second. I'm just running the stream at 30, which is not nearly as computationally taxing. And so I was thinking usually that would solve everything, but clearly we still haven't fixed what I need to resolve, so. Okay. Pretty limited firing range on these guys in some respects, so we'll just try to get through this quickly. Move through this. Oh, whoops, missing every platform, of course. That's maybe not ideal. Yeah, so we do need to hit both switches, all three switches, I guess. Luckily, ammunition is not at all a consideration here. And so yeah, the final enemies here are not going to be too much of an obstruction. I believe we are fine. We're under by about 2 seconds. Yep. Okay, so much for that. I don't know if we have anything else treasure-wise. Nope. That's just a coin? Yeah, we knew that from earlier. I mean, the things that are actually playable locations seem to be pretty easily distinguishable, so. Thank you for the GG. Oh, we missed something in Rocky Rolling Road. I don't have... Or is this just... No, this is just the next stage. Yeah. We have not cleared this. Cleared a stage, saved a hidden Waddle Dees, and 3 additional objectives. Let's do it. And it shows you, by the way, on the main screen which copy ability you are currently wearing as you enter with the Warp Star. It shows you that I am entering with the cutter. And so we can cut some grass. What else would a cutter possibly be for? Okay, poor hedgehog. We didn't even need to step on Sonic that time. Okay. Looks like this is going to be stone, right? If I'm... Or... Who is this? No, this is going to be a ranger. Ranger? That looks new. Or at least unfamiliar to me. Okay, so each knocks off 3 stumps. Yeah, that's the first stump. Let's try this a little bit. There is a charge shot. The charge shot... Oh, the charge shot has a lock-on. Look at that. That's very fancy. Let's try the aerial. Aerial is just kind of a downward shot. Directional aerial gives you forward shots. Yeah. So there's like a stationary... Moving shot is just the same. The lock-on, though, this is so fancy. Except... Yeah, it's not going to lock on that guy. There we go. It's still a base collision, of course, so... Can't just snipe everything. Was there something to the right side here? I felt like there was. But apparently not. Okay, invisible wall. And then... Now what happens if you jump out of the lock-on? It cancels, okay. Alright. Can we knock down the signs? No, not really. Can we lock onto the boulders? No, we can't. The boulders are just obstacles then. So this is interesting, that even though you're moving the targeting circle on a 2D plane, it is naturally going to follow the shooting direction that I guess is indicated by Kirby's positioning. Like, because you position yourself and rotate Kirby like that, the trajectory actually is going to make sense in terms of mapping 2D to 3D space. There's something very similar that happens in Yoshi's Crafted World, which, you know, as with all Yoshi games, has the directional egg throw. And yeah, this is the tutorial for the charge shot. It does not lock on. The advanced challenges for Ranger are going to be pretty interesting, I think. And possibly difficult. Oh, whoops. Got crunched. Yeah, there's quite a bit of knockback on this as well, so... At least against the other Rangers. Anyway, that's fairly simple to sort out. Let's... notice that Kirby's height seems to be able to bypass the boulders if you're floating at maximum. That seems to be an important data point, as is this. Okay, we found something. Find a side road. Yeah, it looks like we're going to unlock another Waddle Dee over here as soon as we get our mouth on this thing. Let's do it. Pull it open. What do we got? A high. And looks like we could just drop off immediately. I don't know if we missed anything on the way up here. Not really. Nothing consequential. And let's bypass this as well. Okay. That guy's going to defend a bridge. No such luck. Yeah. That's optional, so of course that's going to be the thing we do. I hope. It might actually be... Oh yeah, no, this looks like an optional challenge, like a shooting gallery. We should have taken advantage of the fact that the charge shot would have taken out all those targets at once. Okay. And here's a treasure. Or we can just jump. Depth perception there was once again a bit of an issue. Alright, let's exit. There's got to be something down here, right? Nope, that's not it. I thought that was ground. I take it back what I said earlier about foreground and background being distinguishable in all these places. Once we ended up with some bottomless ledges... Oh, there's milk. That's treasure. Yeah, once we ended up with some bottomless ledges, we were bound to take some damage to merely exploring. What do we got here? Something is going to... Oh! I guess we need to Indiana Jones our way out of here. Well, not like we've never done this in a video game before, so... That is going to unlock that guy. I guess that would have been a timed challenge where if you got run over by the boulder, you would not have been able to chill over here and have a hot dog with a Waddle Dee. And, yeah, no reason to think we should go down there. That's not going to be helpful. So yeah, I mean, this level I was about to say is just mostly about this one ability. There is access to bomb. I think we might want to stick with Ranger a little longer, though, just to do some new stuff with it. There's a car. A brand new car. Unless we need bomb to unlock something, of course. We haven't really seen unlocks that are copy ability specific yet. We've seen unlocks that require mouthful. But specific copy abilities, not so much. Okay. Let's go on a drive. I'm probably missing all kinds of stuff, but I also want to see what we can obtain with the car, and that is the answer. So I don't know if we missed anything. Might be worthwhile to double back a bit. Go on a bit of a pleasure cruise here. Whoops. I wonder if this area is enterable, where the boulders are coming in from. Probably not, but at the same time. Notice that Kirby can jump on top of the car, by the way. But that you do not gain additional height on top of the car. You can't use the car as a platform for giving yourself extra levitation, so... Good to explore some of these rules, even if we're not quite using them right away. And we'll be looking for other things to break as well. But I think we have the main one. And yeah, let's just proceed. Oh. So that's the end. Objectives. We have one remaining objective that we did not see. Let's just break these boxes first. Notice that there is another exit in the back. That looks... Oh no, that's the exit we took earlier. Okay. What was that? Drive without falling off the edge. Okay. So that's just a survival condition. I see, because normally you would expect that you might have issues with the boulder. Or with bad driving. Okay, everything achieved. Let's get out. Yeah, nice to get that all wrapped up in one go. Water tank. Oh, okay, so it's not an egg or something. A Kinder Surprise. Anyway, we grab the cutter trophy. Aha! A trip to the mall. Maybe that was the mall station or demo. We don't know yet. But we'll do some challenges along the way. And we've got quite a few new ones to work with, so let's do it. Fire treasure, 1 star. Bracelet of cannon. Well, we know the fire dash ability already, so that's probably the main thing that we need to work into our system. Oh, and also, yeah, just in general. You know what? Realizing that we need to unblock, let's start over. That's too embarrassing to live with. Up we go. Oh, there's a deflection here too. Okay. You just follow this up. Really simple. Yeah, poor Kirby. Nope. And then, yep, that's actually fairly simple. And a time here is just calibrated entirely to the fuse, so we know we were making good time. How good exactly? I guess we'll see. 35 seconds? Yeah, we did very well. Just by going for the fuses directly. We don't know what any of these currency systems are for yet, and that's okay. The point is mostly to just complete the content to prove we can do it. Distant targets. Now, I've been playing a bit of Breath of the Wild lately, and that's kind of bad for me in some ways because it means that I'm overshooting a bit because of the gravity physics in that game and how they affect arrow shots. Yeah, this is a bad one. Also notice there's no motion control or anything with these shots. That's once again was true of Yoshi's Crafted World as well. Yeah, I should actually get rid of some of these guys. Also, there's no need to charge shots if they're on the lowest level. So this part here I didn't do too well with. It's pretty much just a straight up shooting gallery though. So yeah, if we clean up the last area, I think we can gain quite a bit of time. I mean, 8 seconds, we definitely lost way more than 8 seconds just on some of the more embarrassing moments, so this one should go down easily. And let's do it. Only usable for the checkmark and the extra coins, though. It's not something that's going to affect any finite collectible, like the special stars. So this is interesting, that when the platform moves, it kind of drags your cursor with it. Like, your cursor is pinned to the wall. And that's something that I think I had a little bit of trouble adjusting to. Also because sometimes the cursor doesn't quite start in the position that I expect. But yeah, the wall definitely kind of drags it, which is a bit unfamiliar. One more, come on. We should be able to just barely make it here. No, we're not. I'm going to miss. But yeah, so we have two things that I need to account for. First of all, that my initial target sometimes is way, way off. And it takes a while to drag the cursor back onto the playing area. The second thing is that when you do pre-aim onto a wall that is moving, the wall moves the cursor, and there's kind of this, not a formal lock-on in a way that doesn't give you the red lock-on or whatever, but the wall does pull you with it. So yeah, some of the targeting logic here we need to adjust to. Also, we really do need to get into the habit of taking out enemies who are just going to obstruct me and slow me down. $17, not great. We spent too much time popping all those other guys. Will we make it? Just barely. Well, a win is a win. Alright, that should be it for that. We've tried out pretty much all of the items we've done so far, I think, although, is there an additional search that we didn't do? I don't think so. This was just a coin bonus. So let's crack this open. Trip to the mall. And yeah, quite a large structure here. All the shops are closed. Nobody's paying commercial rent anymore. Reminds me of the city of Buffalo, New York, actually. It's got this tramway through a historic downtown district. That's really quite lovely, except you realize that, at least when I was there, nobody's using the commercial space in the downtown malls. Everything's just vacant. It was very strange. Anyway. Yeah, nice thing about this game is that we're really not under any kind of time limit in these standard levels. We should be using the stuff like the slide kick more often. You know what? Let's drop. And take over Needle. Okay, let's play around with Needle a bit. Yeah, we can hold into it and roll. Hold and roll, yep. And then if you dash into it, you kind of roll automatically. And yes, Mang, exactly. We've been seeing quite a bit of that in Mario Kart lately. A trip to Coconut Wall is exactly how I would put it. Yeah, okay, so the mid-air here drops immediately. Mid-air directional... Whoa, mid-air directional actually gives you quite a good burst of speed there. And that it fires forward. So yeah, this is going to be melee attack central. Yeah, I like the mid-air forward on this one. That's quite nice. Because normally, you know, with the Needle, you're having these very slow defensive motions, but then this gives you tons of movement. Tons of movement, rather, and we'll just grab this. I think Nintendo's shopping mall music is better than most actual shopping mall music, while still sounding like it belongs in that space. I mean, if my local shopping center either just played this track or Coconut Mall from Mario Kart all day. Maybe the retail workers would not be too happy with it, but as a customer, I would be fine. Okay. Now, I wonder if there's any kind of interface indication for missed treasures, because that's something that we haven't actually seen in the map interface, although it might be in the level list. So if you are missing treasures, you're not left guessing which levels were responsible. Oh, what is this? Eat an invincible candy. Oh yeah, of course. Because that allows me to run through bombs. That's what I do whenever I eat candy, is I run through bombs. And show everybody how invincible I am. And, oh, okay. No, I can't actually do anything about this guy. I've never been able to do so in any of the other games, so no reason to believe I can do so here. So we just need to be careful and step around to grab the first of the Waddle Dees. The first one that I know about. Just for completion, let's take this guy out. Notice that I can maintain height here with the float. Just based on my initial takeoff location, but then it gradually descends if I do that. Yeah, the logic of how high I can float in a given location, given my takeoff point, is something we'll have to pay attention to. Anything else to check? Not really. You would think we could break into more shops, but they've already all gone out of business. And, oh, there's a locker. Okay. And then a mouthful mode on the locker. Yeah, we'll look at that in just a moment. Sure, we'll take it. And then, yeah, of course, what else can we possibly do with a locker, right? Unless we're supposed to tip it the other way. No, we must tip it this way, I think. Atlantis, welcome. Anyway, looks like that's a map that shows you how to get to a burger. Interesting. Now, why would we want to know that? It's telling me, I think, that the correct way to go is south of the burger. Because this is a huge mall with lots of branching pathways. But that just means that the other pathways likely have secrets, right? So why don't we check those? So it's telling me that burger is the correct area. But we should check everything else then. Oh. And yeah, just having nice simple melee attacks there works for me. Well, this might be quite an open branching stage, judging by that map we've already seen. More needles. We're going to blow up the other shoppers. Oh, it's this guy. Wild Frosty. I remember him giving me a little bit of grief in Star Allies. Star Allies is a fairly simple game, but this guy did hit me pretty hard at the time. Oh, we seem to have done pretty well by picking fire as our hard counter to him, actually. He doesn't seem to do well against fire. I wonder why. Oh, whoops. Let's maybe get out of here. How did I blow him up? Oh yeah, I just set some traps, I think. Well, let's grab ice. Okay, ice. What have we got for ice? Notice that you can skate. which always reminds me of when Bayonetta wears chainsaws on her feet. I'm not sure what it is about a 3D game like this that keeps making me reach for Bayonetta as a mechanical reference point, but it is very useful for thinking about things like this. Okay, so aerial is this, aerial dash, nothing special. This is the stationary move. Oh, this is the tap move. I haven't been trying to tap with very many abilities, in fact, and I should be testing it more. But you can do kind of a defensive multi-tap. And this guy's just going to look at me. Alright, fine. Yeah, I've been doing the spam move with the sword, but I haven't really tried it with too many of the other copy abilities. And possibly we're missing some things here. So, for example, if we grab needle, what happens when we spam it? Well, it just bursts. It's not really that interesting. Okay. Oops. Of course we're going to get up on this and see what to do. Okay. I think I missed out on something here by missing the box, but maybe not. But yeah, I gather the point here was to get the box. Anyway, yeah, it'll be interesting to go back to this one and see how much branching there is to the pathways. So yeah, the boxes give you health. Oh, and treasure. Nope. That was a bad move, but we made it. Snowman. That's still probably ice, right? Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, that's an ice requirement. We'll naturally be taking it and grabbing this additional Waddle Dee. Who's going to wander back and forth. Oop. Okay, so we can probably exit at this stage, but let's grab this first. Just for the infusion of extra money. We've got 2 out of 4 donuts. I hadn't really even been paying attention to those. Anyway, we'll skate along. Yeah, so for the skate, I'm really just holding on the control stick. You don't need to double tap or anything for dash. You just hold and crank your direction all the way over. This seems to be an administrative area where we'll knock down all the walkers. Sure, let's see this. Storage mouth. That's what they call it. So here's the question. Is there going to be a series of challenge rooms for storage mouth? I feel like there will be. And that is going to be interesting. This looks like another wanted poster. We'll take care of it. Or, okay, no, this is another map. So south of the cake, so we will specifically not be going there. Now this is telling me about the ice cream shop. Like it's matching the other map. So maybe the orientation of this map is not something that matches up to what we see currently. And that its orientation... Oh yeah, no, because there are 2 separate cake shops, that's why. And only one of them is going to be across from the ice cream parlor that we see denoted here. Okay. So when I took the junction before the burger, did I even... I mean, I clearly didn't take the optimal route, but... So for example, let's say you took something that's clearly wrong. Where does that take you? It just takes you back to another part of the mall, right? Yeah, because currently I don't see a particular problem with just deciding to take pathways that are not the marked solution. Although we are kind of going through this as a linear series of rooms, and so maybe we are missing stuff by not going to the prescribed rooms. But we'll see. Let's take the bomb. Didn't really even see how I lost the ice. But yeah, so far we've just been deliberately taking the unmarked paths. Notice that this is stapled in. The tip over is not really going to work for me here unless I rip the entire wall down. And yeah, so the fact that we're at the final Waddle Dee already tells me that I missed a lot of stuff from the paths that I took, so we should probably follow the advice of those branching areas next time. I should have actually captured the ranger, but that's okay. We'll have 3 out of 4 donuts. I'm not going to remember the donuts very well. We are missing one still, and didn't really pay any attention to it whatsoever. Now, did we see anything else here that we could have interacted with? No, this is how we went up. Well, before we exit the level then, maybe we can explore some more. Except it doesn't seem to let me, so... I guess we're stuck with what we've decided to do. Anyway, standard Kirby Happy Dance. We got the invincible candy, we got 3 donuts. Navigate the mall without getting lost. Okay, so we know how to do that, actually. Because we know the directions that we're given. And perhaps when we do that, we'll be able to find the 2 additional Waddle Dees from taking the correct prescribed paths. But we do need to explore enough to do the donuts still. So we should be able to clear most of the objectives here. Let's do that. But it does seem as though some of the optional Waddle Dees were from those alternate pathways we took. We need 17 in total. We have more than enough, I think. Way more. The Brawl of them all? Yeah, that was the demo boss. So we've seen that guy before, have we? Won't deal with that yet, though. Let's go back in. Yeah, so main thing will be recovering the donuts. Given that some of the Waddle Dees have already been achieved, I think that we don't need to redundantly approach any of the ones we have rescued. Okay. But yeah, we should look for additional clues along the way, perhaps. But it seemed like the artwork we'd already seen was okay. The only thing we don't know is whether or not there is an element of randomization where the pathways change, depending on each run. I doubt it. That would, among other things, cause some complications for speedrunning purposes, but let's grab this. And then let's get up here. Yeah, once again, just trying to retrace my steps so we don't miss anything critical. Is this guy capturable? I didn't think he was, no. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this aerial forward throw is quite nice. Anyway, a whole bunch of those guys standing there. And yeah, this can be broken with anything, so. So yeah, we've seen that already. We just have to make sure that we've taken care of things like the donut objective. Actually, don't know if I've already missed one. Alright, let's just float back over. And then it's, yeah, the invincibility item. I don't think there was anything I wanted to check on the top level, but we'll see. Yeah, nothing too noteworthy here other than the Bottle D that we've already obtained and replaced with a coin. And yeah, sure, we'll take Cutter. So we'll see if it's the same kind of direction that tells you to move under the burger. Yes, it is. Same artwork, same asset. So we'll do that instead. We'll go south of the burger. I feel like we should have gone to the end there earlier to see what was on that table. That might have been one of the missing donuts. Oh, that's just a can. Never mind. Alright then, let's go to the burger room. Yeah, actually not sure how doable this level is in one single run if you are going for all secrets. But yeah, if that's all there is to the Waddle Dees, I guess taking the correct routes will perhaps consistently give you rewards like that. Of course, we're checking this. Yeah, so there's just this element of randomization to... Not randomization, but element of variance to which entrance you take. Like, everything here... The main hub rooms are all consistent and familiar. Oh yeah, we have to fight this guy with Cutter now, okay. Yeah, I don't really have that much quick movement to work with. I will just have to dodge some snowballs and see what else I can do. Yeah, he's enough of a pushover. Anyway, he's not happy. And yeah, Love doing these maneuvers like that. Look at it, how much health it takes off. And we'll just kind of reverse into them that way. Always very satisfying to win with a cutter that way. And yeah, we'll grab ice because even though we've used it already, it does seem necessary to grab a few things. I mean, that's the main essence of the accomplishments that we're going for here. Look at that fried chicken just sitting in that stump. Not very hygienic. What floor? Yeah, we know. Can't stop me. Okay, that was just a coin. Okay, that's it. And we'll zap that guy, and let's try not to get washed off right away. And are we missing anything else? Doesn't look like it, so. Well, same idea here. We'll try to see what that manages to do for me once more. Because, yeah, we'll see how that's going. Yeah, with that one was untrapped already, and no additional benefit to it, I don't think. Let's try for this again. Having ice skates really does help. Well, 2 out of 4 donuts. We haven't been very exact about those. Okay, and the map should remain the same, but let's just check it. Yeah, because it's going to be left to the one that is across away from ice cream. We know how to do that. I'm just checking for donuts. While we have a chance. Okay. Works out well. And let's see what else we can do. Okay, so once again, yeah, we'll stay on ice. And this time we will make an earnest effort to go specifically to the path that we want. What do we got here? We have things that are almost Tetris blocks, or would be if they weren't too short at one end. And yeah, this was seen already, chocolate cakes. Oh, here is the Zelda-style treasure hunt. Indeed, there is everything here with this apparent selection of 3 chests. There we go. So we just need the donuts at this point, 2 donuts. And I did feel like we are missing one already, so. Well, there's one. Oh yes, no, and there was the donut that was in the final area. And so they should all be accounted for. Alright, in that case. Notice how you can freeze the enemies and kick them in classic fashion. And let's do it. Actually, no, before we do that. Oh, I guess I can't actually exit this once I am in. The locker doesn't work that way. You have to commit to the locker. And that's what it looks like when you commit to the locker. So yeah, we'll check the top because we know that the remaining donut block is located there, and that should actually be everything we need. So yeah, we navigated the mall without getting lost. Having actually followed the prescribed paths for once. Okay, we're pretty much entitled to drop in, and we are. Okay, who's this guy? A woofie. Anyway, filling in the rogues gallery here. Okay, so we have a bonus challenge or two. We've got this boss level as well. Freeze and fling, skating on ice. Well, we just need to lean into the movement. And not be too inaccurate about the ice itself. Ah, yeah, okay. That's why. Yeah, because you can ice and then kick. Ice Storm is... oh yeah. When you mash the button, which we've been doing. And yeah, there's a bit of freezing it in. A lot of them do get bumped off. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I fell way off. Didn't realize that. And I'm low on health now. Wasn't watching my completion time here either, in fact. So maybe way off. So yeah, we should be doing a more accurate job of actually kicking things. This was under a minute. But that's nowhere near what we need. We need 40 seconds. Well, attention may have been slightly flagging there, so let's try it again. And let's see what we can do. So yeah, to freeze and fling, we freeze, and then, yeah, well, you can't freeze the ice guy, obviously. But then you just kick like that, and it speeds everything up considerably. Then you don't run into quite as many issues with running into things and losing health. And that's going to get eradicated. 225 this time, we'll pay attention. And then here we are. That's it. Yeah, that's still nowhere near the time that we need. That's not great. We're taking too many hits. Not maintaining the slide. The skate form, rather. Shaved off a decent amount of time, but that's not nearly benchmark that we want to hit. Yeah, so we should actually cut some corners here, I think. Because we're in general just losing a lot of time to a couple of silly things. And then here we go. Yeah, we'll just jump everything. I feel like I have already missed the 40-second marker though, just barely. Because that was a 3-minute start, I believe. Getting closer. Enough mistakes have been made here that we can improve. Yeah, going forward, if the times are a little bit rough, I may not try to beat those on stream. Just because of the redundancy we would witness, but there's quite a lot to get patch content in Star Allies that I never completed either. Which is a glaring omission for a game that was, in the end, mostly about its post-game. Just one of those. Okay. Nope. I think we are way over already. Yeah, we're nowhere close. Oops. That was actually a pretty severe regression. Yeah, we'll see, because currently we don't see anything else unlocked behind the target times there. I think, mostly. There to provide a bit of extra content for people who are good enough to make it, hungry enough to make it. Then, yeah, gonna jump it, jump it. Yeah, too bad I couldn't take flame into this, actually. Because that dash button sure would have come in handy. Anyway, we can push. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, attention's definitely flagged. We're just losing so much time at this point. I've just been losing my focus about the speed requirement. And we can also just not spend so much time fooling around with the current situation. That's okay. And then we'll go. $230, we've got 10 seconds to do this part. Won't make it, but yeah, okay, that's a slight improvement. Not much one, but I think just disengaging from a lot of the fights and not really getting roped up into them seems to be most helpful here. And the routing is still inefficient. So, lots to do to make this work. Reason fling. Anyway. Not that we need it. And we'll just take the damage to preserve some forward momentum there as well. And sold up way too tight on time. 10 seconds going into this part. Maybe not the best idea. Yeah, in terms of the ice moveset, I guess I haven't really thought about what else we can do with it to accelerate any of these motions, perhaps. And let's grab this. Yeah, we always leave ourselves with only a few seconds to do the rest of this job. So, yeah, there's clearly more that I can do with this. You know what? This is what it is. You can do a bit of a slide maneuver. As long as you don't hit, so you don't get knocked back. Jumping directly across this corner would be helpful too. Alright, let's try it again. Anyway, we are taking some damage here, but so it might actually be in favor of movement that we're seeing. No. About 230. We are way, way behind. I guess I don't know the ice moveset very well in terms of understanding where I could potentially play something like a dash. Okay. Oops. And down we go. Okay. Let's find that depth perception. I mean, the point of this level is that I am meant to freeze and kick. And yeah, we didn't really do that. Notably, I'm only a few seconds off, really. Just need to figure out where that time is going to come from. Speaking of which, let's take a look at a stage list. Yeah, stage list gives you the Waddle Dees as well as the numbers. And then you have Treasure Road as well, okay. Alright, let's try it again. Okay. I need to build more momentum, actually. That's one of the issues, is that I'm doing a lot of start and go. Yeah, once again, I'll only make it here at around 2:30. That's too slow. Yeah, fairly short letter, but we're just hitting everything inside. Yeah, I might want to call it on this one for the time being, because I'm clearly not perceiving what it is I'm doing quite this horribly wrong. Okay. Now, would there be any particular advantage to doing the slide and kick rather than just sailing out of here? And pretty good about not actually getting hit so far, which seems miraculous. But we're going to be too slow. Yeah, and that's going to put me over again. Nope. Yeah, we've iterated over this often enough that I just don't really see it. The pathway and the accuracy requirements are probably fairly obvious and easygoing, but it's possible we may have to dip out of this one. Does the stage list tell you anything about... Oh yes, okay. So it does list what you haven't done by time, so, you know, if we need to come back and try it out with slightly better resources to work with, we'll come back and do that. But yeah, let's leave the ice treasure for the time being and just move to the Brawlet Mall. So we're not quite at 100%, but the ice is just causing too many issues. And we'll see if we do much after this. I'm likely to make this a fairly short stream. Now, partly because we had that huge false start. Which did burn a lot of time. Yeah, this stuff is all demo territory, so I more or less remember it. Okay, let's see where we'll go. And yeah, let's just move on up. Okay, was there something back here? Not at the moment. Lots of bananas here, though. Seems like an impractical number of bananas. Anyway, we do need a copy ability at some point, and we have a selection here that's available. It's going to be Sword, Bomb, Ice. We're going for Bomb. And let's just get into the fight as soon as we can. Although we have some other issues under dispute to perhaps look at first. Well, this guy looks menacing. Also, I'm missing sound again. It's a bad time for sound to die. Electrodude, welcome. Listen, you came in just as my sound died, I think. So let's pause the fight. Screenshot the big boss. And give me just one moment. We're going to reset. I may actually just redo the stage because we'll get audio back in order and see if we can get everything to play properly. Yeah, it's been audio issues galore today. Very unfortunately. But Electrodude, I assume that if you're coming by at all, you've been playing this game as well, and that you're probably ahead of me. Yeah, let's redo this since we haven't actually started the fight. Yeah, this went badly earlier, Ice Treasure. So we'll probably forego the time benchmarks for the time being unless they're very easily obtainable. You've beaten the World 2 boss, yeah. I had a late start today due to some technical trouble, so I may keep it short and just finish World 1 and... well, we'll see how we do from there. Yeah, let's just get back to the boss. No need to worry too much about the secrets hunting, I think. I don't believe I found anything really critical. Although we didn't do much jumping around back here. And yeah, Electrodude, so without spoiling anything from me, I hope you've been finding this a pleasant experience so far. I've been loving it as well. I'm very impressed with it. I think there's been a lot of thought put behind how to make the copy abilities really take advantage of 3D. A lot of them feel dramatically redesigned in some ways, while still feeling like the originals, but redesigned to accommodate this kind of three-dimensional sense of space. Like, you know, really enjoyed what we did with Cutter previously. And yes, the environments are fantastic. Because, like I've been saying a couple of times over the course of playing this, the backgrounds still have this excellent foreground and background separation. You can tell what's going on and what the playing area is, but... oh, whoops. Let's jump out of that, perhaps. Yeah, just need to actually jump for once. Oh, big boss here. Let's jump. Pretty standard boss type thing to do here to just get out of the shockwave. Sound dead already? Really? Okay. Let me know if it's glitchy or something, because right now I do see, yeah, it is causing all kinds of trouble. Yes, there's something about this game that's been tripping out my sound repeatedly in somewhat controlled circumstances, and I don't know what it is. Like, I've been checking my cables, I've reset this thing the whole way. It might be specific to something with the sound mix in this game, but in terms of like some kind of conflict with some of the glitchiness I already have. But we'll just try to be quick about the suspend and resume. Yeah, there's something to the sound mix that's just tripping completely. Alright, hopefully it sticks. I mean, you know, I've always had tons of sound problems on this stream, but just from streaming on a fairly weak setup. But this has been a particularly difficult experience in terms of just the technical quality of what I'm doing here. Okay, let's jump. Might be something like the roaring sound effect, just tripping some signal. Whoops. And oh wow, yeah, it's just dying again. I can hear the battle theme just fine. You see, I can hear it locally, and the music's great. It's just that this thing, I think it is probably something like the boss roar. It's just overloading some signal, and it's very unfortunate because this is fantastic. Like, we'll just try to be quick about this, and hopefully it sticks. But we'll try to isolate the problem. Actually, like if I just follow along with my recording and see where it's going on, we can hopefully just get up and running. Yeah, because it happened with the opening area as well. And unfortunately, I'm paying so much attention to my setup right now that I am doing rather badly with the boss itself. Whoa. We should have just run it here. And yeah, fantastic battle team. We just didn't get to hear very much of it, I guess, on the recording, but... It must have been something like the roaring effect. That's what I strongly suspect. Clear within 2 minutes? Did we actually do that? Yeah, but we missed everything else. There probably is one for not taking damage, I bet. Well, anyway, it's going to reveal the objectives once we finish. Yeah, probably one for clearing without taking damage. Maybe one for specific copy abilities, or... Slips through his legs, okay. Well, it's replayable. We might as well try it again and see if we can isolate the issue. I have been trying to finish everything as we go along. The only thing I've been missing so far is just that one time check, the advanced time for the ice challenge. It's the only thing that's been a problem currently. But anyway, we're going to dash off somewhere else first, so let's see that and continue and consider going back to where we were. Here's the town. This is actually our first time in town. The Waddle Dees are rebuilding their town. Save as many as you can. And we'll get this back in order. Waddle Dee Cinema. Okay, great, because then if we have sound die during cinematics, we can bring that back. Gotcha machine. Yet another thing that reminds me of Yoshi's Crafted World. Waddle Dee's weapons shop is now open. Okay. Right, because I remember from the demo that you could do these like upgraded combo abilities or something. Which I'm really looking forward to playing with, just given how interesting even the standard copy abilities have been. You don't know if the time checks for the challenges give you anything but extra coins. Yeah, that's why I think that I might be okay with not necessarily streaming those to 100%. Unless I feel like they're easy to get. And because the ice one was giving me a ton of trouble just now. And yeah, Mr. Electrodude, that's definitely a pun on gotcha. I think with an American accent, they actually do sound almost the same. Because Americans have a slightly different vowel for the first syllable in gotcha, I guess, or words like that. Like, instead of saying hot, in certain parts of the US, they would say, like, hot. Like, the vowel is going to blend a bit differently. But yeah, the fact that this is kind of a fake machine for collectibles is actually just like Yoshi's Crafted World, which has these gumball dispensers everywhere. But this one does cost 10, yeah. So it's a kind of collection-filling mechanic, I guess. I didn't know how much randomization there was to the ones that you pick up in the stages. It doesn't matter too much. We'll worry about that once we've explored more of the town. Cutscene viewer... Let's Just see how it looks. Oh, he wants me to do the ability enhancement. Yeah, we'll do that in a moment. We'll probably be scolded for disobeying after that, but... Okay, so 50 Waddle Dees unlock whatever this is. Okay, interesting that you can get more shops open in town work. Doing pretty well for Waddle Dees so far. I mean, finishing all of the ones in the boss level will not get me up to 50, so... Secret to getting stronger? Yeah, sure. And let's see what the costs are like. So yeah, we can swap to other copy abilities and evolve them. Blueprint, interesting. The Cutter ability can be evolved into Chakram Cutter. And Volcano Fire. Okay. I wonder why those two specifically. And, oh, okay, there are some additional statistics for power and rapid fire. Interesting. Didn't really think about the snap balancing. Of all this copy ability, you'll need star coins and rare stones. Prepped everything in advance, okay. I see. So we get to do this one for free. And then it gives you just the description. Alright, let's do it. I did play a little bit with Chakram Cutter in the demo, and I enjoyed it very much. But yeah, even standard Cutter is just amazing in this game. Even if it doesn't hit too hard. The Cutter ability has evolved into Chakram Cutter, yeah. More blueprints. So we need to find the blueprints themselves as well then. Oh, look at this guy. Who's this? Ranger? Yeah. It's the star. Like the sheriff. And the fellow with the hard hat. Hold the button down to charge and aim. And such. Yeah, we just don't know what the upgrade is. Let's upgrade fire though. We've got plenty of budget for this. And volcano fire. Yeah, let's do it. And I guess it's a straight replacement for when you go back through the stages then, so. Interestingly enough, neither of these powers are the ones that we'd be using on the boss fight. Volcano fire. Wow, interesting. So this is stationary. This is moving. Aerial. Hold. Ooh, very nice. You can kind of rotate into it. And the damage numbers are quite good as well, so. And then, yeah, aerial directional is still going to work like fire. And yes, Electro Dude, I was holding the button. This isn't spamming, this is holding. And yeah, dual wield. And yeah. So I'd love this thing with a cutter where you can just retract it anywhere you like. It is amazing. We'll probably go back with Volcano Fire. Just to try it out. So yeah, it reveals everything that you have had the chance to wear so far. I see. Run and jump and press Y. Yeah, we've done that a few times. Oh, speed up the fuse by crouching into the cannon. Okay. Didn't know that. Oh, target dummy. Oh, sorry, sandbag. Going to have a bit of a home run contest over there. Back to the world map? Nope, not yet. I might want to heal up. And let's see the other buildings around here. Can't open anything yet, so... Not really going to sit through the cinematics, I just want to see what this looks like. Very nice cinema. Looks beautiful. Yeah, because you can see mouthful mode Kirby over here. Standard Kirby over here. Looks like we've been capturing all kinds of documentary footage of ourselves. Entertainment is important. Which movie would you like to watch? Yeah, opening, vortex, mouthful, Brawl Mall. Hey, you know what? We can test the cutscene. Just to see if it's something systematic. Also, just to test how this whole interface works. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to watch my sound carefully to see if it was something like the growl that was doing this. Yeah, because yeah, he's gonna growl, and does that kill the sound? I don't know. Seems okay here. So yeah, maybe that was just a minor setback earlier that we kept running into. So yeah, we'll definitely go back to face the boss some more, just to try to mop up some of those Waddle Dee achievements. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. 2 arrival points. Is there a reason why we would want to do that? Don't know. Let's just go back. Anyway, our land is going to open up. We're not going to do World 2 today, I don't think. Everbay Coast. But I will continue to play a bit more of World 1 before we wrap up for the day. Very much like late game JRPG here, just flying around on Warp Star with this simplified view of the world. It seems like a kind of JRPG type of movement, right? In terms of having your in-game transport. Let's do the ice one more time. No, let's not, because I want to keep Volcano Fire. So, slip through his legs. Clear within 2, and then... yeah. I'm guessing it's going to be no damage for one of them. Okay. It's hard, yeah. You can press while flying to go speedy, huh? While flying. And I don't lose my copy ability if I do a challenge. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I've been using ZL for my main shoulder button. Because that's just what I found comfortable. Yeah, we've seen this a couple times, but we haven't seen it with the volcano, so... let's actually remember to do this little quick time event so we don't get dumped. Can I go between his legs? There we go. There we go. Okay, it's the whirlwind attack that worries me in terms of the range when he does it. We're not too concerned about doing it quickly since we have the time achievement already. Okay. Let's just scroll around. Okay. The fact that Volcano hits this hard will certainly help. I think we try to go no damage. Okay, he's gonna go Berserk. And yeah, let's just get out of range. We're doing fine. Okay. Okay. There we go. And that time, I think sound actually stuck around. Gresnox, this is the boss of World 1. Also known as the secret boss in Punch-Out, as Mang just illustrated. So yeah, there was one for no damage. There's one achievement still that we haven't seen yet, so we'll need to find out what that is. And probably replay this fight once more with some other ability. Oh, Electro Dude, you were talking about flying up with the world map. Okay, I didn't understand that until just now. Defeat him with a sword? I guess we'll be boring and we'll use sword. Fine. Yeah, let's go back to ice for a moment, because I think I was flagging a little bit and just playing this really tired earlier and not really meaningfully improving at it, so let's try it again. I was still a few seconds off every time, and part of it was just accuracy and maybe not understanding something else we can do with moveset. I think it is faster perhaps if we kick ice. Like maybe we do get a bit of burst of speed from that. It was hard to tell. No, and we're also losing speed from stuff like that. Now, because we're getting to this consistently with about 10 seconds left to the benchmark, and that's just not nearly good enough. Like, we're going to be way over. Mash attack while on the slope, really? Oh, yes, that's right. I didn't think about a slope. I didn't think about a slope at all. That actually considerably simplifies things. Yeah, I don't even mind having that slightly spoiled, given that, I mean, so much of Kirby is just experimenting with the abilities to find all the undocumented stuff. Maybe it is documented, you never know. So for example, like, do they do a copy ability control guide in this game? I don't think so, and that's okay. I don't mind things being left open to discovery that way. The game tells you to do this. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, because stuff like the fire ability, for instance. Oh, I guess it does tell you for when you're spamming. Yeah, yeah. I don't think I realized that about the speed. We're not introduced to this in a slope context earlier, were we? I don't know. Okay, that makes things much easier. We're so far ahead now. Okay, well that resolves it. Let's go back and smack this guy with a sword then. Adventures get me so excited. Yeah. A little bit of extra commentary there. Was there anything else we didn't check? Yeah, there was the intro area that we don't really have a good reason to return to, but we never know. Maybe there is. Let's do this again. And there is a sword that's provided at the mall, because that's what shopping malls do. So we'll go back and get that. And this will probably be what I close with today. It'll be a pretty short stream by my standards, but again, a very late start today due to having to kind of start over early on. Yeah, hopefully the sound problems don't become too much of a regular thing as I stream this game going forward. Anyway, we'll see this cutscene with the sword. Let's remember to actually do the shake, shake, shake. And we can afford to be sloppy about this. Do the aerial. And yeah. Actually, sword is kind of fun when you just play spammy and... It's just that it's very conventional, like it is classic Kirby. And so it doesn't feel quite as new as the other powers. At least in this form. I know there's the giant sword as well, at least we saw it. Whoops. Yeah, we do need to keep the sword. And yes, Mang, it is important to watch the cutscenes with a costume. I don't think that's saved in the cinema, but I wonder actually if in the cinema you would have had a chance to do some kind of costume selection. But I didn't think so. I thought it just gave you default Kirby, which seems very inauthentic to the experience. Anyway, this guy's gonna pinch. That's the nice thing about the replayability. If you missed the boss music the first time around due to technical problems, you can just come back and do it again. But yeah, I've been generally just very impressed with this so far. Yeah, the spin move, you do need to anticipate it and move way out like I did with the fire earlier. It'll be interesting that everything is just going to have an associated Tier 2 ability. I'm really looking forward to seeing them. At this point, of course, I'm so early in this game that I don't know which copy abilities will be available in total. I was actually really hoping to see Artist, I would say. I spent a lot of time playing Artist in Star Allies. Just because it is something different. I don't really expect it in this game, but, you know, copy abilities like that are the things that really complete the Kirby experience. But yeah, quite like the Ranger power with the 2D to 3D lock-on, which is not a trivial problem when it comes to programming and game design logic. You saved all the Waddle Dees in natural planes. Hey, you know what? Let's click this. Save the album. And yeah, so it looks like we've got 100% in this world so far, unless I missed anything particularly secretive. Let's head back to town in case anything differs. And Luca, welcome, incidentally. I am going to wrap up fairly soon, but this place has gotten much livelier now that the townsfolk are finding their way back. And yeah. Just a co-op, buddy. They've been hard at work and you want to look around? Sure. We don't really have enough to cash in here yet, though. And they also don't tell me what they're working on, which might be important if we're going to be unlocking things as we go. Yeah, so it does let you revisit the intro area, but like I was saying, there probably isn't a good reason for it. Let's switch to Chakram so we can fool around with it a bit. So yeah, no new scrolls or anything, but I don't really know how to unlock those, I think. I actually kind of wonder if there are multiple upgrades for these abilities, given that the UI seems to be able to potentially accommodate that and collect multiple blueprints to choose from. So you could basically kind of, you know, spec into item variants that you prefer to play with as you explore the world of the game. Yeah, I just want to go back here and just play around with the chakram for a bit and hang out on the beach. Also, just to see if there's anything worth looking at here. Probably not, in fact. And yeah, Electro Dude, I think that was kind of given away by the demo trailer anyway. Because I know that presumably one of the things you unlock eventually is more of that's copyability customization. But yeah, I just love this thing. Because you can gain elevation. You can start with some elevation, sort of. Yeah, like you can jump and then suspend it like that. And then totally target that pretty much anywhere you like. And yeah, I mean, I knew I was going to play this game anyway, so I didn't really spend too much time looking at any of the trailers. I felt like the one at the end of the demo already gave a lot of things away. But it's interesting to go back to the first trailers for this game now, when it was first announced. Which was only late last year, I think, as a bit of a short-term surprise from Nintendo. Because if you go back to look at some of it now, you know, most of the material is just in World 1 and in the demo, and so it didn't give away very much at all. Yeah, look at the ground slam that you can do with this guy here. Yeah, and you can do the close range melee as well. And then you can do a close range melee combo. Look at that with the cutter. Just get right up to him. But then everything else along range is the chuck 'em throw. Then, yeah, we probably won't stick with this too long. This is just the tutorial section, so no need to really stick with it for too long. So let's just exit back out. You notice the fear and violence warning? I mean, that's what Kirby's all about, right? On a cosmic scale. Yeah, because it's always the stuff like the post-game bosses or anything like that. Oh, hey, we get something that's a bonus. Let's grab it. So it is worthwhile to explore town as well for little things like that. Like a proper hub world. Any reason to get on the chair? Maybe not. At least not yet. Eating a staircase is pretty scary, yeah. Especially with the staircase kind of toppling over on its side as well. And it looks like there's another node that you can hit from the top over here. Can't really see where you're going camera-wise, though, so. But we can make it over, I think. There we go. Just coins, that's okay. Now, how shall we get up there? I don't think we can. And, yeah, sure. The little bit of my health bar that was depleted was kind of annoying me. Does this guy have anything interesting to say? Yeah, we haven't seen any of the online features like the social statistics yet. That probably just is not unlocked. And we're going to hold off on the machine until we've bought most of the things we want to buy. But yeah, we'll probably call it at this stage then and continue with World 2 likely tomorrow. I hadn't really decided whether to play Maker 2 viewer levels or go back to this game tomorrow. It really depended on my pace through it. But I'm thinking I am eager to continue as long as we don't have serious technical problems like we did all day today. And yeah, there's a search over here as well. Or is there? Normal treasure. Oh, interesting. So, something you just pursue as vanilla Kirby. And yeah, Electrodude, I've also been just very pleased with this game. And I am eager to continue, so. And since you're a little ahead of me all the way, you can probably drop by and catch this. I know that this week has been especially challenging for viewers in EU because of the time disparity being even more severe, but hopefully that will settle down after your time change this weekend. But yeah, let's end the stream to this music, because it's great. We can listen to the steel drums of a tropical theme, and I can look around and find some kind of raid to send you on to. So, once again, sorry about all the technical problems today. It was an absolute disaster from the audio side. But I really hope that clears up and does not remain the case. So, I'll search around. Do enjoy this game, those of you who are playing it, no matter how far you are, and it works out for me as the streamer if you're a little bit ahead, but also not spoiling anything, so. Thank you so much for watching. Really eager to continue, for sure. And we'll be doing lots of that tomorrow. Probably. Stay tuned to the Discord for announcements. Stay tuned right now for our next destination. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and fare thee well.